good morning, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, and this is Dusty Lion with the Hopeful HIV channel. And as I said, my special guest today, Pam, she has invited me into her office. We managed to get this whole set up. It was a trial. Let me just start off like that, but she helped me set up this like little tripod we have my phone off of. I'm not going to show you all that because we're not going to get into that. Just know that we got it working and you're here watching us today, and we're glad you're here to join us. We're going to be talking about so many great things, aren't we, today? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to that. So let me go ahead and start y'all off right with the Daaayeeeee coffee. Yes, ma'am. So good, so good. So let's go ahead and go right to the shits, and let's talk about HIV. Let's go ahead and first start off with, actually, let's not start off with HIV. Let's start off with you, Pam.
Okay.
Can you tell us about yourself?
I'm going to pause for a second.
She's going to pause because we got to close the door. We're going to... All right, guys. So we had to take a pause because we needed to close the door first. And then also our whole contraption fell. So we kind of glad we took a pause so that could happen. And that you guys didn't witness that because that was actually really bad. So let's go ahead and start by our introduction. Like I said, I have the wonderful, intelligent, beautiful Pam with us today. She's going to give us an introduction to who she is and what she does.
Hi, everyone. Well, this is a first for me, so bear with me. My name's Pam Briggs. I'm the director at Positive Health Solutions, which is a program out of the University of Illinois College of Medicine here in Peoria. Mm-hmm. We provide services to individuals that have HIV. We are also expanding. We're also expanding, and we provide services to people who are interested in PrEP and gender-affirming individuals who are interested in hormone therapy. We've started that program as well.
Oh wow! So I didn't know exactly that program existed. What does that mean?
That means anyone that's transgender who's interested in going through hormone therapy to change, we will provide them the therapy and the treatment.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's kind of like assisting with the cost and kind of like that transition.
The cost, unfortunately, we can't assist with yet, but you know, we primarily would like to make sure that you've got insurance to help with the costs.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, our primary care provider, Amy Gregory, will help with that transition. So that's really exciting for us and the community.
Congratulations on that program. That's amazing. I think more inclusive, more people to get on board and just being there for our brothers and sisters. I think that's such a great start.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Well, we're also going to expand hopefully next year sometime to just offer primary care to the LGBTQ plus population in general.
Guys, like I will be there for that.
Next year, but that is a goal.
That is a goal. Like we about to step into 2019 with some awesome stuff. I'm so glad we got to talk about that. Like we got so much stuff to talk about. It's going to be great. So let me go ahead and just like say thank you again, guys. Pam Briggs here is with us here at Peoria Health Solutions in Central Illinois. And did I miss anything? Like
no.
Did we miss anything introduction wise?
Not introduction wise. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Hold up, because I'm missing something. And y'all know what I'm missing actually.
Cup of coffee.
My cup. See.
Cup of Joe.
See, Pam knows what's up. I walked in. I'm like, I brought my cup all the way from home just for this. So let me go ahead and. Thank you. All black and honey, guys. All black and honey. So, Pam, tell me what you do here in PHS.
Okay. Positive Health Solutions has been around since 1994.
Okay.
We are coming up in 2019. Will be our 25th anniversary.
Oh my God! Yes.
We started providing services in 1994 to individuals that were HIV positive, and back then it was devastating. And we had 30 clients.
Oh wow.
Today, we have over 650 clients that are enrolled in our program, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We cover 15 counties, and we just assist them with everything. We do medical care, mental health, nutrition. Case managers offer supportive services, such as transportation, food vouchers, bus passes, gas cards, assistance with some housing. If you've got a situation that makes you eligible for housing assistance or utility assistance. And we can make referrals to other agencies for dental services, Prairie State Legal Services for any kind of legal assistance. So we are all under one roof and one-stop shop.
Yeah, it really is, guys, a one-stop shop. I think when I came back from Arizona, I'm not sure if any of you guys remember, but I had got a new job within State Farm. I moved to Arizona. I came back, and I like utilized rent assistance. Like I just did not have the money to pay for rent, and I learned that they provide the service. Of course, I was using it before, but I ain't gonna go into that because y'all don't need to know about that. I'm just telling you about this coffee right now. So when I got back, I actually went through PHS along with other organizations that kind of provide the assistance with living, as far as rent, electricity, and I was just extremely thankful because, coming back from driving 24 hours and just moving my stuff back into my place, I got to worry about food, I have to worry about turning everything back on and things like that. It was a lot to deal with, but I think with the help of you guys, it made it a lot more easier to deal with that.
Good. Because it's primarily, the research has proven that it's very, very important to have stable housing and to have a stable foundation before you can really approach and even deal with the treatment of your HIV. So the whole premise is whatever we can do during the transition to get you stable and settled, we will then deal and address that, and we can go forward. Because our ultimate goal is, do you know?
Getting to zero?
Getting to zero, viral suppression.
Yes.
Viral suppression gets us to zero.
See, I thought about that because I'm virally suppressed, so we're there. Yes. But I want to go more into depth of the different things that you provide to kind of create that stable environment for someone who may be newly diagnosed with HIV. What are the things that that you try to provide a person who is newly diagnosed?
Well, one thing that we do around here is we have a team approach. So anyone that comes into our agency, as someone is referred in, we do an intake. And from the intake perspective, we assign them a case manager and a nurse. And that case manager and nurse is part of the team. The client is part of the team, the case manager, the nurse. Then you've got your provider that we add to the mix. And that team helps.
Yeah.
They support. They're there for a resource, any questions you've got through your journey, any struggles that you have, dealing with side effects, adherence challenges, whatever, life challenges. That team is there to help you deal with them and see if we can provide the resources to get you through them. From there, we've got peers on staff, and our peers are individuals that are living with HIV that have the life experience. And so we can connect our clients with the peers who can actually hold your hand and navigate you through the system, and also truly share the experience because they've been there.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily walk in your specific shoes, but they've been there, done that, so they can help you anticipate some of the things that you're going to be going through.
And I love that you say that they've been there and they've done that, because I think that's one of the things that I talked about yesterday. I did an episode just myself, and I said the one thing that I read was, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. And I think by bringing in the nurse and bringing the case manager and kind of having that involvement when you need them there creates such a stable environment for someone who is newly diagnosed. I think one of the things that when we first find out that we are HIV positive is, oh my God, this is a death sentence. Everything in your head is spiraling, and it is, and that's okay that it is. But I think one of the reminders that we have to remind ourselves is that there are organizations like PHS, there are people like case managers that they work with. They have other resources that they can provide to you that are made for you when something like this happens. And I think that's so important that we're addressing that today. And I thank you guys for still being here and actually still listening, because we're going to be talking about a lot more great things here. It throws me actually into my next question. And as far as the services you provide, I know we touched on that really briefly, but I want to go a little bit more into the services of Ryan White. I can't talk today. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Ryan White program. What is this? I heard it before.
Okay.
What exactly does it entail?
Ryan White Ryan White was a young man back in the 80s who contracted HIV through a blood transfusion.
Oh.
Unfortunately, they didn't know what they were dealing with at that point in time, and the young man went into school, and because of the fears of the school systems and the unknown about HIV, he was ostracized. He was denied access to school. It was a bad situation. Finally, throughout the course of time, he and his mother joined forces, fought the administration, and they got him back into school. And the unfortunate thing was, those times back then, the medications were not that good. And so Ryan White died in the early 90s. I think it was 1991, unfortunately, right before he graduated from high school. But his legacy is that his mom went to Congress and said, we've got an epidemic here. You've got to do something. So they created the Ryan White treatment program. It's an act on the legislation books, and the Health and Human Services, which is the big federal institution, gave money to another layer, which is health resource administrations, and agencies were allowed to apply for grants, get funding to start supporting and provide services to individuals with HIV under the name of the Ryan White Treatment Modernization Act.
Wow.
So it started back then, and it's just come forward and been renewed through Congress every year thereafter.
Now, that was a lot of information. I'm not sure if you guys.
Sorry.
No, it was great information. Like I love. Thank you. I think you hear that and you necessarily don't know who Ryan White is or the story behind it, and I think
that's true. A lot of people don't know.
A way to kind of share it, yeah. And I kind of wanted to dig into it, like as far as it's renewed every year, and how does this program exactly help people living with HIV?
Well, for example, our program, the state of Illinois receives funding from Health Resource Service Administrations, and that's there's different parts to Ryan White. And Part B is case managers and ADAP, which is AIDS Drug Assistance Program. So if a person doesn't have any insurance, they can come into an agency like ours, sign up with the case managers, and then they can enroll in ADAP. ADAP pays for all the medications related to the HIV.
See, honestly, I think I was actually enrolled in ADAP before I started working at State Farm. I didn't have insurance. I had like my university's insurance, honestly, which wasn't like the best, but it was insurance, for a cold or like, some medicine over the counter. But I think when I found out about my diagnosis, I learned the cost of it, and the medicine is expensive. I think we were talking about it. I think you said it ranges from
$2,000 to $5,000 a month.
Now think about that annually, guys. That's I think that's probably actually higher than my salary if I want to do the math, but I'm not going to do the math for y'all because I don't need y'all to know how much I'm making a year. So I'm just going to say that that's a lot of money, because it really is for someone who may not have insurance. I'm extremely grateful for where I am now, but I think for the people who don't have the resources and things like that, it's such a great program to help people who are living with HIV to pay for those costs.
With that being said, ADAP can help also if someone has insurance. They can help pay insurance premiums. So, with President Obama's Affordable Care Act that was implemented a few years ago, a lot of people have been getting on insurance plans, which is truly actually fabulous. I mean, you don't really want to go without insurance because you never know. You fall and break a leg, and you have to go to the emergency department and then get your leg set and go to.
Boom! There, you're just like
exactly.
My life,
money. It's
yes.
going to cost. So whatever happens in your life, it's always good to have some type of insurance. So you can enroll through the Affordable Care Act, and through the Part B program, they can help with premium assistance.
Well, okay. So you're saying that Part B helps with the case management and ADAP. It sounds like there are other parts as well. Am I right?
Yes, there are.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So Part B, well, let's take a step back.
Okay. All right.
There is a part.
Yeah, we're going back.
We're just taking one step back, and it's A. We're going into the alphabet here.
All right.
Part A is for your metropolitan cities like Chicago, San Francisco, your big cities that have a high incidence and prevalence of HIV. and they get big dollars. They get big money.
They're the first ones.
They're the first ones.
Okay.
And they can provide all kinds of crazy services. Then you've got
Not
Part
lucky.
B, which is your ADAP, your case management, premium assistance, and then there's a Part C, and that is for clinical services. It's called Early Intervention Services, EIS. Basically, that's all of our clinical staff, our clinical supplies, all the clinical services that we can provide to you. If you have insurance or if you don't have insurance, doesn't matter. We're there for medical services. Okay, so we want to make sure you're getting your labs at the minimum twice a year. You're seeing a healthcare provider. We're monitoring your meds to make sure they're working, and everything seems to be okay.
So you guys can stay a healthy baby, because that's the most important thing. Like, stay on your meds, know how they're reacting in your body, because like I told you before, sometimes the medication can work, and then it just starts to do things because our body is growing, our body is aging. You know, it's always changing, and so it's not always going to be consistent. So that's why I think we want you to go in twice a year after you have been, I believe, marked as undetectable. I'm not going to say marked, but for lack of better words, you have been told that, hey, you have reached undetectable. So now we don't have to come I think at first, for me, when you first get diagnosed, every 3 months, right?
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
And so that was...
Well, we got to make sure your meds are working for you.
Yeah.
And your viral load's coming down.
Okay, see,
That's why we do that.
The 3 months, I always just thought the 3 months is just like, we need to get you in because, like, something could happen. Like the virus could not be, it just could be evolving, like something just could be happening, going wrong, or you guys just wanted, like, all my blood. Because I'm telling you, like, that's a lot of blood, y'all. It's a lot.
HIV is a pretty smart virus.
Mm-hmm.
And it mutates. So it can build resistance against medications. And that's really important to learn when you're going through your treatment, because, for example, there's a lot of discussion about people who have resistance to antibiotics, and they get this nasty disease called MRSA. And MRSA you get hospitalized with because you have no way to fight off just regular infections.
Yeah.
Okay. HIV is a smart virus. It can mutate and change. And if it changes, it can build resistance against medications. But the most important thing to understand about this, it will only build resistance against medications if you're not 100% compliant with taking your medications. And that's tough.
It is.
You cannot forget. I forget to take a vitamin every day. I mean, but you really cannot skip doses of taking your medications, because when you start skipping doses of taking your medications, that's when that little bug starts changing, and it can build a resistance to your current medication regime that you're on. And we don't want that to happen.
No.
We don't want that to happen.
Because then you got to go to the next level of treatment, and if it keeps happening, the next level, until we're out of medicine that you can take, and then that's when it becomes, you know, I ain't gonna say it, I'm just don't just take your medication.
Just take your medications.
Let's just do that. But yeah, I think that's. I was
just going to say that's Part C. The other part is Part D, and Part D provides the same type of clinical services, but to women, infants,
yay, women,
and youth. So,
yay, everybody.
We can take the Part C and we can focus on our men and that grant, and then we can take our Part C and focus on the women.
And I love that. That's amazing. Now,
Part D, I'm sorry.
All those parts were all established at the same time, right? Or were they kind of grew on?
No, I think they were all established. There's still an F, which is your a Part F, which deals with education programs. And then there's also a dental program through the Health Resource Service Administrations where certain dentists can apply for reimbursement assistance. But these are all your parts of the Ryan White program, and they all started out the gate.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. I guess I always wondered, because I'm like, there's such a focus on the male population with HIV. Of course, there's a reason why as well. But you don't hear a lot of the other parts. Yeah, even for me, who's just positive. Of course, it's my doctor's not going to be like, hey, like there's other parts, but they don't necessarily like comply with or are applicable. So of course it makes sense that I don't need to know necessarily unless I want to, and I think it's such a cool to know the history behind it all, and to know that there are multiple parts that are happening and occurring that are helping people daily.
Absolutely.
How can people who are watching this and myself like help your organization or help that program? What do we need to do to?
Well, one thing that we look at is we are interested in individuals that are HIV positive get involved in the program.
Okay.
And by that I mean you can possibly donate some time to be a client representative, attend some of the statewide conference calls or webinars.
It's a day, guys. Go register.
And that's client reps. Then we also are constantly looking for peers to help us with different events that we want to do. One of the biggest things that we're doing in Peoria is we are partnering with 2 other agencies, Central Illinois Friends and Hump Center, during their Get Yourself Tested event days throughout the year. We've got 3 of them right now for 3 community high schools. So we go into the high schools 1 day a year, and we provide HIV. Central Illinois Friends provides STI. Holt Center provides education and also assists with testing.
Wow.
Teens. So the philosophy is getting to zero.
Yeah.
We got to start somewhere. So we start with the youth and the adolescents, and hopefully as they continue to get older, they're educated, and they'll be our generation negative as we continue to move forward.
Like me, I'm sitting here because I'm about to be like the guy who's like becoming like Twitter fingers. Like, you can't go into high schools and like get little kids tested. Like, why are you doing that? That's uncalled for. Like, that's inhumane. What? Like, why are we going to the kids?
Because you got to start with comprehensive sex education. Kids are having sex in 6th grade. Kids are having sex in 7th grade. There are little girls that are pregnant, freshmen in high school. Okay, so they're having sex. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Exactly.
Baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Yep. Let's talk about it all.
Yeah.
But the other big piece to that is, unfortunately, Peoria County.
Yeah.
We rank like number 4 or number 3 in the state of Illinois for STIs.
Wow.
And syphilis rates are going up. So if you know anything about HIV, you know repetitive exposure to a sexually transmitted infection puts you at a higher risk.
It does.
For contracting HIV.
I learned that the hard way. Like my doctors told me that, now that you have a compromised immune system, not severely compromised such as AIDS, but HIV, you're more likely or more susceptible to contract other STIs or STDs.
Either one. Okay. Sexually transmitted infections is what they're addressing them as right now versus sexually transmitted disease.
Okay.
It's just semantics.
Okay. Yeah, but if you guys are aware that you have a friend who is positive or isn't, just practice safe sex, which is Condoms are great. PrEP. We pre-exposure
prophylaxis.
I can never get that word. Pre-exposure prophylaxis.
And yes, that is a benefit for. The word is serodiscordant couples. People, one person's.
What does that mean?
One person's HIV positive, one person's HIV negative.
Okay.
So the HIV negative person can take a medication called Truvada, and it will prevent them from acquiring HIV from their HIV positive partner.
Okay.
We want to keep your viral load down though while we're doing this. Okay?
Yeah.
But yes, we offer that service too.
Is there a name for people who are positive, both positive? Can we have like a special name or no?
I don't know the special name. I don't know that there is. Yeah. You mean both partners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I only date people who are negative because we go be special. We go be serodiscordant. Serodiscordant. I did not.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
That's cool.
Serodiscordant couple. Like, we gonna be special, so you know one of the criteria is if you wanna get without this, okay? I'm just kidding. Back to the most important topic though, but PrEP, the Ryan Wright programs, I think we touched a decent amount on those. I think we talked extensively on those. I want to go ahead and go into the community involvement, and you touched on getting to zero. Getting yourself tested. What are some other ways that you guys are kind of getting involved with the community to break those social barriers that we see?
Well, right now we're doing a lot of work, and the agencies that we work with, Holt Center and Central Illinois Friends, we're all doing everything that we can to talk to physicians, providers, healthcare providers. We provide a teaching environment for med students, nursing students, mental health students, and also we're going to have some registered dietitian interns come through. So all 4 of those disciplines will rotate through our clinic and have the opportunity to have a learning experience, which is very important for anyone in any healthcare setting. From there, we also get involved with community organizations in regards to just educating. We've got to break this stigma that's affiliated with HIV. There's no other stigma with any other disease, okay? And the problem with the stigma is it causes people to be resistant to get tested, to find out what their status is, and there's no reason for that because there's care. There's our agency that provides support.
We love y'all. We love y'all. We want y'all to get tested because we want you guys to be healthy. We want you guys to live.
And you can.
Yeah.
You can have a normal, productive, healthy life and live.
I'm like doing a 360 model for like me.
Exactly. A normal course, life expectancy with HIV. Just take your meds, come in and see us.
And that's the hard part. But you know what? You're not alone. That was the hardest part for me, was just taking my meds. I think once you get past that step and you kind of, okay, it's like taking a little vitamin a day.
Right.
And, you kind of make fun out of it, because I think even I was like I don't want to use this word relapsing, but like even I was missing days with my medication. But you are right, sorry to cut you off. No,
that's okay, but that happens, and we expect it.
Yeah.
We expect it because it is a complete adjustment in lifestyle. It's a life change, and you've got people here who will help you embrace it. But throughout the community, we have to reduce and eliminate stigma. We have to, I'm going to get on a soapbox, but we've got to eradicate our criminalization laws in the state.
Y'all hear this woman? She is talking truth here, okay?
We've got to do that. I mean, that's going to only lend to.
How can we help? How
eliminate?
Can we do that?
Well, you can get involved with agencies such as Central Illinois Friends, AIDS Foundation in Chicago. AIDS Foundation in Chicago right now, and Central Illinois Friends probably knows about it. You can ask Derek about it.
Okay.
But they're actively involved in writing proposals to eradicate the laws that are on the books right now on criminalization, or change them, or do something.
Yeah.
But we've got to do something.
We got to change it. Yeah. No one.
Yeah. There's agencies throughout the state that you can get involved with, but AIDS Foundation is huge up in Chicago, and we in Central Illinois, I'm just going to say, like to stay involved with Chicago because, yes, Chicago has a high incident and prevalence of HIV, but we've got it downstate too. So we've got to be the voice down here as well.
We got to share the wealth. We got to share the love. We got to share the message. We got to share the love. We got to share all that stuff.
Yep.
I think it's important. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another topic I want to talk about is, we're at 28.
Okay.
So we're waiting. We're talking about time. We ain't got to be secretive. You can say it loud. Like I told you, this is very like. We can just be very blunt. Everyone just, it's okay. We're watching our time because I only have her for so amount of time because I have to actually go to my doctor appointment, which is like right down the hall here.
And we don't want you to be late.
Yeah, and I don't want to be late too either. But I do want to go ahead and just say one quick thing before I go ahead and like get on my soapbox really quickly. I'm gonna pause here. Welcome back.
There's one more thing I want to add to that.
Okay. Yeah.
U equals you.
Boop. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to get all up in your face because I like getting in your face. Look at that. That's U equals you. And Pam gave me this awesome pin. I think I put it in my pocket somewhere, but put it right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
There it is.
That. What does that mean, Pam?
That is the new pin that they're coming out with. That's hepatitis C awareness along with HIV awareness. Because the HIV awareness pin is red, so now they're adding yellow. which is pretty cool.
Yay! Teamwork make the dream work.
And the U equals U is
undetectable equals untransmittable. Yay! See, I got a gold star. You guys can get this button if you get involved with organizations. I'm sure they have this and many other things that they will love to give out to you. But we're cutting it short.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and get right to the last piece. Since Pam did come on our show and she actually talked to us about amazing things today and witnessed me sipping my coffee, she is going to be winning herself a free HIV hopeful hoodie.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. So we're going to be starting that off again. The sales are going to be starting next week.
Can
because
you see it?
Oh yeah. Get it all in their face. I was there yesterday. I'm like, y'all see this. This is going to get in your face and you're going to enjoy this because, again, we go together. We don't go alone. So we're here to help you, educate you. And, again, you can get those hoodies starting next week. All of the profits are going to be going to organizations such as Central Illinois Friends, and many other organizations here in Central Illinois that could really use this funding, guys. Like, really, really, I'm just really asking for your support to help me, people living like myself with HIV, and kind of really break the stigma. That's what we want to do with these hoodies. We really want to break the stigma.
We got to do it.
So again, thank you for joining me here at Hopeful
Positive Health Solutions.
See, wait.
You need that coffee.
Thanks, I do. Thank you guys for joining us at Positive Health Solution here in Peoria, Illinois. And this is Dusty Lion. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be talking with Derek at Central Illinois Friends. Bye.
Bye.